Welcome to Hustle Meets Harmony, where we juggle business, family, and everything in between. I'm Raina.
And I'm Taryn, two working moms chasing dreams, helping families, and keeping life in balance.
Join us for real stories, honest insights, and plenty of laughs as we figure it all out together.
This is Hustle Meets Harmony. All right, today we're joined by Nick Sakha. Nick, you have built a $24 million agency in 9 years, and I know you're aiming for $100 million. So let's just start right there. What does it actually take to think that big?
Yeah, I wanted to switch my my goal from, or I guess like how when I introduce myself, or if you go to my bio, my social media, I wanted to change it from look at me and like this is what I've done to come with me as we build X, Y, and Z. So I used to have I don't know, maybe it's ego or whatever. Built a $20 million agency in 7 years, and now I'm like I'm building a $100 million agency, and why not think big? I mean, like the why behind it is like why not think big? If I'm going to do this, I might as well. It's not going to be any different than the stuff we're going through right now, so might as well just think bigger.
There you go.
I
I
love
love
that.
that.
I love that.
Awesome.
And for anyone who doesn't know you yet, just give us a quick version of your story.
Yeah. So my name's Nick Sakha. I started my insurance agency almost 10 years ago. This year will be my 10th year in business come November. And before that, I was in banking. I was delivering pizzas. I was a self-development, still am a self-development junkie, just driving around delivering pizzas, listening to sales tapes and CDs and entrepreneurship stuff, but I didn't own a business. But I've always wanted to be a business owner. And once I graduated my business management degree, I quit banking cold turkey, fumbled around, lost a lot of money, and ran out of my money,
Oh,
and
no.
cashed out my 401k to start this insurance agency, which we've largely grown uh, through a bunch of different processes, including organically, which is how we have all met through social media and putting out content. And from there, we've built a coaching community, helping agents and insurance professionals build their brands and use social media. So,
Awesome. Love
That's
that. So
fantastic.
we always start every episode with a lightning round. So we're just going to shoot some questions at you. Coffee or tea?
coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Man, I want to be an early bird so bad, but I old habits die hard. I'm up later than I need to be, but I've made huge progress. I'm like middle ground now. I used to go to sleep like at 12 to 1. Now I go to sleep between 11 and 12.
Good progress, Nick. Good
A
progress.
little
But
bit
Yeah.
better. A little bit
Yeah.
better.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, yeah. So you're in the Raina camp because I'm like that too. I really want to be early, but it just doesn't work for me. I'm a late night person after all the kids' activities are done and dinner's done and everything's cleaned up. And then it's my extra working time. And Taryn is like the complete opposite of me.
Yeah.
She's like a
Yeah.
5 a.m.er.
I'm the 5
I
a.m. club for sure. Yep.
I
Every
feel
day.
like it's gonna get better the more kids I have because that'll be that'll be the only undivided time that I'll have.
For
So
sure.
it's like I have
Yes.
to get good at it at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Agreed.
for sure.
Agreed.
Mountains or beach?
Oh, beach all day. I love both, but I'm a water guy.
All right.
Same. Same. So you said you unwind with the gym and the sauna. Is that discipline or therapy?
The gym is definitely therapy. My wife gives me a hard time because I just like I have to get a workout. I just feel like it resets me. I
Mhm.
used to have a fitness brand called
Mhm.
Barbells and Briefcases.
Oh, well, that's
So
cool.
how you guys have hustle and harmony, I
Yeah.
was barbells and briefcases.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Nice.
so I've always believed in like the the our mantra was hustle in business, grind in fitness, live life.
I love it.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Um, So, fun fact, you used to be a huge gamer. Now, when you say you used to be, so tell us about you don't game anymore. So, what's the story behind that?
Yeah, I used to be a huge video game player. I used to love playing video games, RPG, sports games. I was number 2 in the world at a game called no, I was number 1 in the world at a game called NFL Street 2, way back when. And I at some point I had to give the video games up because I realized that I've got a real life video game. I got a real life character to build, you know.
Yeah.
I can't keep building these like fake fictional characters. And so I got to work on my actual skills versus these video game skills. And then video games have a funny way of making you feel like shit, excuse my language. Uh, when it tells you at the very end of completing a game, it'll tell you like this is how many hours it took you to beat it, and then you're just like, wow, I'm a freaking loser. Like
Wow.
it
Oh,
took me
oh,
80 hours, 83 hours to beat this video game. Like, what else could I have done?
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
And I love that
Right.
you've transitioned that into building your own character in real life. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's a
Yeah.
great way to look at it. It's good framing.
S- Super cool. Super cool. So you open your bio with God first. So has that always been your foundation?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I was born. I was born and baptized Catholic. My mom's from Poland, and then I was raised Muslim because my dad's from Afghanistan,
Right.
and then I moved to Vegas, and then I started learning about Christianity. And I would say that I'm still pretty confused. You know, I say a joke sometimes. I'm like I'm a Chrislam. You know,
Uh,
I'm like Christian and
A
Muslim.
mix of
little
both.
mix there. A little
Yeah.
mix.
My
There you
kids are
go.
mixed too. They follow
Yeah.
both traditions.
Yeah. But one thing that's always remained consistent is my relationship with God. So every pickle, uh, every pickle I've ever been in, all my gratitude. I believe in. I believe that I don't have that much control over so many different things, and I've been very fortunate. So I give God all the glory, and everything is possible through God. So
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like I do the same and decisions that I have to make, whether they're difficult or whatever, as a business owner, you put it up to God and he really does lead you the way you're supposed to be led. And for me, I start every morning with the Bible. That's why I get up at 5 a.m. and I sit there and I spend some time in his word and I feel like it sets me up for my day. So, um, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I look at it, the way I run my agency, and I was going to ask you this question as well. How does it shape the way you run your agency? Every decision I make is, yeah, God is a big part of it, but family first. That's always been my thing. We're a family agency. My parents work in the agency. My kids now are participating. We've hired people that are siblings to work in my agency. So every decision I make is what's best for our family. So how does, God first shape how you're running your agency?
yeah, I have a funny story that I got to share. So it's my third or fourth year in business, and I remember I have like maybe 5 team members, and we're in my back office. We got a tiny little table, and we're having a little team meeting. And I remember going over something something about faith, and my 2 lead guys at that time, they're just letting me talk, and they're just kind of smiling and looking at each other and smiling and then looking at each other, looking at me. And I didn't know what was going on, but but they just let me continue on and go and talk and you know and talk about my faith and try to almost encourage them, same thing. And
Mhm.
then the very next day, one of the guys is like, I was like, what was so funny yesterday? He's like, yeah, me and Jose are both atheists. I was like, what?
Oh, you had no idea. You had no idea.
I had no idea. And so
Wow.
I just thought that was funny, but
Yeah.
it does shape everything I do. I think every time I said earlier, like every time I've been in a pickle, like every time I'm in a hardship or every time I'm really stuck, I truly do believe that there's I'm not I'm just not I know it sounds weird, but like I'm not that good, you know. All the good things that have happened,
Yeah.
it's all been led, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have gotten into the right relationships. I've been at the right place, getting the right information, being with the right
Yeah.
people. The fact that I've I've gotten this far in business, and every time I felt like, what am I doing? What in the world are you doing? I opened up an agency in Oregon, and I'm driving there the first day, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing out here? This is so stupid. And just trusting in the journey and just
Yeah.
asking for help, and
Mhm.
For sure.
everything has worked. And same with my relationship at home with the family. We're me and my wife are both in alignment there.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's you have to be for sure. I love that. So take us back to the early agency days. Like I want to hear about the grind, getting started.
Yeah. So when I first started the agency, the biggest thing that I probably did differently, well, I was told by my best friend who acted as a mentor for me. He actually he helped me very much. He's the one that got me into the industry. He's the one that really he was my go-to. Anytime something happened, he was my go-to. But early on, I knew that I needed to buy internet leads because internet leads are just a necessary evil. Like they suck. You just got to find the
Mhm.
one that suck the least.
Fair.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
documenting my story. So I think that so many people, whether you're an employee of a company or you are the owner of a company, you should document your journey. You should share every step of the way and make a big deal out of every milestone that happens. Like I'm in training November 1st, something big is happening. I'm like hyping it up. Like if you can't get excited about something, how do
Mhm.
you expect anybody else to get excited about something? So I documented the journey. I got content when I was in training. I got content when our doors opened. I documented as much as possible. I promoted myself. I was my number one promoter, and that's what helped me early on with generating leads to help me with the early cash flow crunches like that we're all going through and have experienced. That helped me attract and find the right people to partner with and to come and work. And when you're first starting out, you can't afford people that have like the most experience. Like you literally got to like, I had to start with people that didn't have much experience
Mhm.
and grow with them. And so a big part of my early journey was attracting people to come work with me, and just really just grind, like you said. I was definitely I wasn't always the first one in the office, but I was always the last one by several hours. By several hours.
Yep.
I left administrative stuff for the end of the day so I could focus on the things that move the needle, making phone
Mhm.
calls, coaching team members,
Yep.
calling candidates. So all the boring administrative stuff I had to save for after 5:30, and then I would just handle all that when everybody left. And I think that kind of sums it up. And then mentorship has been huge, getting around the right people, going to conferences, investing in so many different things has been huge in my journey.
So was
Well,
there one thing that made you go, "Aha, I can really do this business"? You said you started in banking, came over to insurance, you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is really going to work. This is something that I can do."
I didn't believe this was something I could do until maybe like 8 months in,
Okay.
you know, because you're so broke at first. I'll never forget. You guys remember Fry's Electronics? Do they
No.
have that in the East
no.
Coast?
No,
No.
no.
It's like Best Buy on steroids, and I think they went out of
Okay.
business. They definitely went out of business. But I
Uh-huh.
remember going to Fry's Electronics and buying my monitors, and it was like I think it was like my fax machine, my printers, and
Uh-huh.
my monitors. And I remember it was like $1,600 for all the stuff that I was buying. And I just remember me and my friend made this joke where like he's like, "Yeah, I saw how hard you were holding onto your credit card when they try to take
Oh.
it to pay." You know,
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah.
it was like
Oh.
It's
it
tough.
wasn't
It's
easy.
tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hard
That's
spending that
that's
money.
that's how you get started for sure. So So Nick, I know you talk a lot about social media and branding just being like a key piece of your business. So I know you're big on social media. Has this always been like, has it been like natural for you, or is it always more of a strategic thing?
I think a little bit of it was definitely both. I've always enjoyed being on social media. I never always used it for business because you couldn't really sell banking products through Facebook, that requires somebody to come into the bank and open up the bank account and all that stuff. So it didn't really serve me in my previous career. But I knew when I opened up the agency, I was going to document everything. I was going to just promote myself as much as humanly possible to try to get anybody that knows me to get a quote. Because that's the good thing about our industry is like
Mhm.
anybody, we can help just about anybody. So it has always, I've always enjoyed the process of creating content, but it was always definitely a strategy as well. And it just elevated over the years. And most recently, I did it myself for the first 6.5 years in business. And most recently, 2 years ago, will be when I finally decided I'm like, I'm going to bring in somebody to help me. And I didn't know who was going to be, but that's when I brought in Randall.
Mhm.
And the rest is history. It's been amazing it's been amazing to have help in this
Yes.
department. That's what's helped me scale the amount of content that we're putting out,
Mhm.
as well as building the community that we built.
And we
So
love
Yeah,
Randall. He's amazing.
we do love Randall.
He is
Yeah,
fantastic. He has so much
yeah,
energy.
and he's
yeah.
been implementing everything that we've been teaching, and it's working
Mhm.
for him, blowing up faster than me. He's at
Yeah. Yeah.
110,000
Wild.
followers already on Instagram.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
And
so Raina and Taryn, March 2025, we were not on any social media platforms at all. Like no Facebook, no Instagram, YouTube, nothing. And we kind of took a leap of faith and we became marketing partners and we started on this journey together. So like we just clicked over a year of doing this and it's just like
wow.
it's wild to see where we are now versus like where we were then. So,
Mhm.
What's been the biggest benefit from it? Have you noticed an increase in opportunities, whether that's insurance related or not? Have you seen a difference in just people saying, "Hey, I saw your stuff," or "I like that video that you put out"?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. We're getting leads off of social media just from people saying, "Oh, we see you posting things." And I showed my husband the other day. I was like, "Look, a friend of mine just texted me." And she's like, "Can you give me a quote?" So
Yeah.
it's working, but I find it takes time. People need to see you all the time in front of
Yes.
them.
Mhm.
So you're top of mind all the time. So whether it's continuously posting stories or videos, just staying in front of people, I think has helped us and it's opened up other avenues for us. We never thought we would have a podcast.
Yeah.
And here
Yep.
we are. We met you, I think was it 6 months ago? Was it in Florida? And we're like, oh, we're thinking of doing this, and here
Mhm.
we are. So it's exciting
Yeah.
to see the journey um, and how it's developed. We are now taking it out of just the circle, and we have referral partners that we're networking with. We're now certified to teach CE credits to realtors, which is all things we didn't think were possible. So we're really excited to see our business grow, and we love working together. People say you're competitors, but no, we're not competitors in the true sense. We feel like we're marketing partners, and we love collaborating so we can build up people, each other and people around us as well. So I absolutely
Yeah.
love being a part of this community and just putting ourselves out there. It's not easy to put yourself out there.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
it's not.
not comfortable, but you
Yeah.
just have to do it.
Yeah, and you guys are shout out to you guys for executing because so many people talk about what they want to do and very few actually do it. So I think that says something about both of you. And there's also that
Thank you.
accountability as well. Um,
Yeah.
Right.
Executing is not easy, but there is a faith element of putting out content. It
Mhm.
100% is a faith element. It's like, is this going to work out? Is this going to pay off? But I think negative. There's not negative, but there's not the fear of regret, but I think Tony Robbins calls it like there's like a negative motivation and a positive motivation, and I think the negative emotion is I would hate to go 10 years from now and be
Mhm.
like, dude, I should have been putting out content in the
Right.
easiest generation to get attention, and
Right.
I should have been on that train.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The call yesterday with Cap was fantastic, or Tuesday. He just had so like he's so correct with all this. Like we could say we don't want to do it, it's not our thing, but at the end of the day, we want to be on the train and keep moving forward. We don't want to get left behind. So we're gonna keep putting the content out there and figuring it out, right? So
Right. Right.
yeah.
and
And the
getting
words
better.
we were talking about yesterday, is it the thrill of victory or is it the fear of losing? Which one is
Yeah,
it? For
Yeah.
me, it's like the thrill. I'm excited to do this. I don't look at it
Yeah.
as a negative fear. So I'm really ready to move forward with this.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
It's fun. So now you're mentoring other agents. So talk to us about insurance creators and like how that started.
Yeah, I knew so I started on YouTube in 2020, and I
Mhm.
put off YouTube for so many years. It was the thing that I know. I'm like, I gotta start my YouTube channel. I gotta start my YouTube channel. And there was a lot of irrational fear behind just uploading a video. It's like I needed to start and do it right. And then one day my wife's like, why don't you just upload a YouTube video? Just upload a video. And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, fine. So I just uploaded it. I didn't even make it public. I
Mhm.
just got in there and I saw what it was like to have the thumbnail. I saw what it was like to have the caption. I saw what it was like to do all the other components of just like to hit upload or schedule. And then I was like, I've been procrastinating on this for 5 years. Like
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah.
this was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to just do it.
Mhm.
Um, but I put out a bunch of YouTube content just trying to find my voice. And I was like, well, what can I talk about? I can only talk about things that I know. So like, let's just talk about insurance, self-development, and entrepreneurship. So as I shared those three different pillars of content, the insurance stuff really took off and it got the most views. And so I started making more content on insurance related stuff. And so I probably put out hundreds of YouTube videos all around those three pillars, majority insurance. And I always knew like if I can give, and putting out YouTube videos isn't free. This podcast, it costs you guys time, effort, energy, money to produce
Yeah.
these podcasts.
Yes.
Um, so I knew that at some point, I was like, I want to start something. Like I want to have something. I don't know what it is yet, but maybe it's coaching, maybe it's a course. I don't know, but I want to monetize this at some point, you know,
Mhm.
and because I've given so much to an audience, and I built an audience that you know I'd love to come out with something someday. I just don't know what. And then it clicked. I'm like, well, why not social media? Like this is literally is your thing. You know, you might
Mhm.
not be a savvy like business coach. I can definitely coach people on growing an insurance agency, but my main thing has always been social media. So since our industry is starving, because I think the insurance industry is probably one of the most boring. They have the most boring social media platforms. Their content sucks, most of them. And I was like, let me help our industry with this. And so that's
Mhm.
when we launched Insurance Creators, and the rest is history.
And
Nice.
here we are.
There we
And
are.
so I just want to talk about your social media. You have a lot of funny stories. Where do you get the ideas from? And how are you just so funny all the time? I was like, oh, that's really great. And I'm laughing constantly. So I feel like comedy really draws people in.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, humor and comedy. I just did a talk in front of a bunch of high level lenders at a mastermind that I'm a part of,
Mhm.
and I taught on why you should why you should use humor in your content. Now, it doesn't need to be your entire brand, but humor humanizes you. It makes it's just, even if it's just a little bit. I'm not saying you need to be the class clown.
Mhm.
All I am saying is, if 5% of your content is a dry joke, whether if you have dry humor, insert dry humor. If you like dad jokes, insert in a dad joke.
Mhm.
I think that could serve so many different people. But that happens to be what I love and enjoy. I love laughing. I love making people laugh. And that's the kind of content that I enjoy making the most.
Mhm.
But that's not all the content I want to create. I still
Right.
want to be perceived as serious. I want people to get value from following me. For me, it's like
Mhm.
laughs and inspiration. Those are the
Yes.
two things. If I can make you laugh and if I can inspire you, then I'm stoked. I'm gung ho. But I lead with humor because it's very the virality
Mhm.
part aspect of humor it's very shareable. Think
Right.
about what you share with your spouses, what you share with your homies. It's usually funny stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Nobody's sharing liability coverage with their
Right.
nobody's sharing, how to open up a Roth IRA with
Mhm.
their spouse,
Yeah.
so that's what I've chosen to lead with.
Okay.
Uh, just for those reasons, and we have a lot of fun with it.
Nice,
I love
nice.
it. And that's
So
why we talked about Taryn's taking the rooster to church tonight.
yes, yes, yeah.
I think it's
It's we
hilarious.
got to get the content. So I mean, you obviously have a lot going on between the agency and social media and insurance creators, and I know you have a wife and you have a daughter. So how do you manage it all? Like, how do you keep everything in balance or harmony?
I do my best. My best. Um, I do my best, and my best isn't good enough all the time.
Aw,
But I know that there's seasons sometimes, and I try to do a really good job of I the things that I need to work on the most have to be leaving my phone, just like it shouldn't even make its way inside of my house,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So that way, when I'm inside the house, I'm just fully present, and it's not how much time, it's not the amount of time I'm spending with my family, but like the actual quality of that time.
Right.
Um, there's seasons. There's seasons. I like to say that I like to when life gets boring, I like to create chaos.
Mhm.
Uh,
Like, for instance, my agency, we grew to 5 million organically, and then I
Mhm.
was like, and then I was taking vacations, and I was like, man, this is really working out. And then I got bored, and I was just like, all right, it's time to go hard again. Boom, buy a $5 million agency. We double in size overnight, second
Mhm.
location. And then I'm regretting. I'm like, why did I do that? This is so stupid. Like, you know, what, this is a horrible idea. And then calm that chaos down, get it towards manageable, and then
More chaos.
enjoy the fruits of the labor again. And
Mhm.
then I'm cool. I'm bored. Let's do it again. You know, get a
Yeah.
third get a third location, and then same thing. Boom, I'm bored. Let's go to Oregon. Or no, they asked me, you want to
Uh-huh.
open up in Oregon? I've never stepped foot in Oregon. Yeah, let's do it. And then I do that, and then the most recent one, and then it's whether it's buying an investment property or whether it's that. But the good thing is my wife and I both have very big visions.
Mhm.
I can't wait till you guys interview her because I mean she's just I mean there's a fire in her eye right now, and I'm just like, I don't know if I could put it out, like
She's amazing. She is
Don't even
amazing.
try. Don't
I
even try.
follow her on social media. She's great.
Yeah.
yeah. So the cool thing is that we both have these big massive visions,
Mhm.
and I just answered this question over the weekend, what's a big audacious goal that I have, and I'm like, until I own beachfront property in San Diego, my hometown, I need to keep going, and I don't know,
Aw,
that's just a big scary, like that's what, like,
Yeah.
we're gonna
yeah.
do that.
That's
um
fantastic.
Yeah.
but it helps when you're in harmony with the most important person in your life,
Right.
which for
For
me is
sure.
my wife. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then even deeper than that, it's the fitness, it's yoga. I got yoga later today, yin yoga, that keeps me
Uh-huh.
level. And what else? And then of course just praying whenever I feel grateful, or whenever
Mhm.
I'm in a tough situation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love that.
So,
Yeah.
can you leave us with a few nuggets of wisdom for our listeners? Give us one or two ideas that someone can just implement today if they want to get into social media marketing.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't overthink it at first. The amount of growth that will happen when you put yourself out there is I guess it's just invaluable. So the best thing you can do is just s- start documenting things, whether it's just the thought of the day, or uh, it's being vulnerable. It's almost like, almost like using your phone as a diary,
Mhm.
and maybe you'll be bold enough to actually upload that as a piece of content, and it could speak and help so many different people that are also feeling what you're feeling, or going through what you're going through. But I have found that the amount of growth that has happened since I decided to start putting out content, the growth of my ability to articulate thoughts, and I've improved in that area of being able to articulate thoughts going into my head. I always struggle to articulate things in my head.
Mhm.
Um, so it's helped with that. It's helped with my presence on being in front of a camera, helps with your presence in speaking in front of a group of people, or
Yeah.
speaking in front of an audience. Um, so it's helped with that. And then just the opportunities that will find you when you decide to start putting yourself out there, whether you do it for your business, or whether you decide, this is another thought, whether you do it for your business or you do it for your legacy. it I wish that my grandfathers on both sides, from
Mhm.
my Polish grandfather and my Afghan grandfather, I wish there was content that I could watch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would consume it all up. I would literally
For
watch
sure.
it like it's a freaking documentary,
Yeah.
and just learn about my lineage, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
just find out what was life like for them. And when you look at it from that scope, whether you do it for business or building your brand or not, I think there's so many other cool parts about putting out content that we're not even thinking about right now.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. So,
but post it.
yeah, for sure. So, thank you for coming on and just sharing so openly. Where can our listeners connect with you?
Yeah, on Facebook, Nicholas Sakha, and then Instagram, Nick Sakha. Last name's Sakha.
Perfect.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you so much, Nick. As always, we love chatting with you. Thanks for being on our podcast. And for our listeners, make sure you like and subscribe so you can check out our future episodes. Thanks for tuning in to Hustle Meets Harmony.
We hope you found something real, relatable, and maybe even a little inspiring.
Don't forget to follow the show and connect with us on social for more conversations.
Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and finding your harmony.